order to ensure that the information expressed in this presentation is valid, the author has taken care in resourcing the information from credible resources. In an expanding world, the need for safe management, storage and disposal of radioactive waste is paramount. Additionally, as the demand for electricity increases and the need for sustainable, low-cost and environment-friendly power increases, many countries have or are considering the use of nuclear power. Throughout the world, there are over 440 nuclear power plants, with many more in the process of construction. At this present time, the Australian government does not support the use of nuclear power in Australia, although the country is the world's third largest supplier of uranium to fuel the world's nuclear power stations. Therefore, it is not surprising that discussions and legal procedures have begun into furthering the nation's, in particular South Australia's, part in the nuclear fuel cycle. In 2015, the Government of South Australia proposed that a facility be constructed in the remote Flinders Range of northern South Australia, and a Royal Commission was established to ensure an independent and comprehensive investigation into the proposal. It was of utmost importance that the Royal Commission be based on factual evidence, be open and transparent, and its views and findings were independent of governments, industry and lobby groups to ensure the findings were without bias. The findings and recommendations of the Royal Commission found that South Australia can safely increase its participation in nuclear activities and deliver significant employment opportunities, economic benefits and environmental benefits to the state. The conservative estimate is that the state could make $257 billion in total revenue over the 120-year life of the project. The facility would also increase the state's employment opportunities and significantly reduce our carbon emissions. But do the benefits outweigh the possible catastrophic implications should something go wrong? The government ensures its residents that every precaution would be taken to ensure that the plant remains safe and secure now and well into the future. Unfortunately, there is still potential for nuclear contamination and a nuclear power plant meltdown, which, should they occur, will cause insurmountable damage to the environment and the nation's residents. There have been 3 major accidents in nuclear power plants involving the release of radioactive material in the environment. 3 Mile Island in 1979, Chernobyl in 1986, and most recently Fukushima Daiichi in 2011. Each of these accidents have been caused by human error and weaknesses in power plant design. Future power plants can use these unfortunate disasters to plan safer and more secure power plants and train and educate the power plant's operators effectively to avoid meltdowns and contamination. All in all, the prospects of another disaster occurring given new technologies and a stable government is minimal. However, there is always room for human error and natural disasters, thus no way for the plant to be 100% safe. Because of the sensitive nature of the subject, it was difficult to find resources which were based on factual evidence rather than personal opinions. The author has ensured that the resources used are evidence-based and has expressed key findings from both sides. There are many ways in which we can use the topic of nuclear power to educate our students, including how nuclear energy is used to create electricity and the effects on the environment. The Year 6 Physical Sciences explores the various ways in which electricity can be generated. After being presented with this information, so begs the question, what do you think? Does Australia need to further its involvement in the nuclear fuel cycle? Why or why not? Thank you for watching.